Hello everyone, now we are going to learn about weather and climate. Weather is a changes or a day-to-day condition of atmosphere at a particular place. It may be comfortable or too hot or too cold. Mostly we hear from our elders, they will predict whether it will rain or not. Based on such predictions, meteorological department also collects some data from the satellites and they will analyze that data and they will prepare a weather report. And we also find some changes in the atmosphere like humidity, wind, temperature, sunset, sunrise, and all these changes affects the life of human beings and other living organisms. And for preparing the weather report, the meteorological department people uses certain elements. They will measure these elements like temperature, humidity, rainfall and wind speed, and by analyzing all these and by measuring all these elements they will prepare a weather report which are released by the meteorological department, and these are shown along with the news on televisions and in newspapers. Let's see one by one the elements of the weather. First, let's see temperature. It depends on the duration of sunlight. We know in temperature the sunshine is longer and thus the temperature will be higher, and in morning it will be a minimum and at noon it will be maximum. And the instrument used for measuring the temperature are thermometer, and it is measured in degrees and Fahrenheit. And for measuring the lowest and the highest temperature we use maximum minimum thermometer, also known as 6 thermometer. And here it will shows the minimum temperature, whereas here it shows the maximum temperature, and this steel index where it will be, that is considered as the temperature. Here like it is in between 20 and 30, so it is at 25 degrees Celsius, that is the maximum temperature. And here the steel index is at between the above the 10, so the temperature is 12 degrees Celsius like this. And this cylindrical bulb consists of a alcohol, and mercury we know is used in the thermometer. How you can read the 6 thermometer? By seeing the this metal indices or the steel index. You can see where it at minimum temperature it is at 5, so the minimum temperature you will record as 5 degrees Celsius, and maximum it is at 30, so the 30 degrees Celsius, and likewise the others also. And here you can see how the 6 thermometer looks like, and these are the steel indexes, and this is a mercury, and this cylinder consists of alcohol and it is measured in Celsius. This scale shows the minimum temperature, whereas this scale shows the maximum temperature. And with the changes in the temperature you can also plot a graph, and you can calculate at what time the highest temperature is and at what time the lowest temperature is, and likewise the humidity level also can be plotted on a graph. And if you want to check the or see the temperature for a week of a particular region, you have to take the days of a week like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days on the x-axis and the temperature in Celsius on the y-axis. And at what time you are noting the temperature, you have to at that time only you have to take the temperature, nor note down the temperature for the remaining days also, and then you have to plot a graph. And the elements and the symbols used for describing the or for showing the weather report, these are the elements, that is temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, and these are the symbols called as weather elements. And humidity is also one of the element, and it is generally measured in percentage, whereas whether this temperature is measured in the Fahrenheit and Celsius, and it is measured in percentage. And humidity is highest during which season, that is rainy season. And rainfall is measured with an instrument called as rain gauge, and it is measured in terms of mm or cm, that is centimeters and millimeters. And by using a rain gauge we can say the amount of rainfall in a particular region. And wind speed is calculated by an instrument called as cup anemometer and an anemometer. And here you can see the how the wind speed, how much the wind speed will be, that is shown here. And with this instrument you can say the speed of the wind, and with the cup anemometer also, and this also affects the condition of the weather. And all these elements is measured by the meteorological department, which is a government department, and they will keep this record, and they will use this data from the satellites, and they will analyze all this data, and they will forecast about the weather, and they will just show all the weather conditions and of the particular region or in a state, or what condition or what weather will be in a particular state. And this is how the weather report is prepared. like a day, month and year, on which day the sunset will be, at morning 18 degrees centigrade and at noon 29 degrees centigrade, like this. And what elements they have taken under consideration: fields like humidity, pressure, wind, sunrise, sunset. And for a week they have shown how the temperature will be. So weather reports helps a lot, and we can also decide our we can plan anything, by seeing a weather report. Now let's see the climate. So the average weather condition of at least 25 years is a given in a given geographical part. So India, the weather condition or a climate of a particular region of a given geographical part, we can say in the particular area or a particular city is cool or hot, anything. Likewise, India is said to be hot and humid because the temperature is usually high, and so is the humidity for most parts of the year. We know we have different types of climatic condition in different states of India. Like in Rajasthan, we have a hot and dry temperature. Because the temperature is high, the humidity is very low. And on the other hand, the climatic condition of the Kashmir is said to be cold because the temperature is low. And let's see the rainforest. It is generally near the equator, and places near the equator receives more sunshine, and hence the rainfall will be more in these regions. And the condition or the climatic condition of a particular region will be hot and humid. And the rainforests are also present in some tropical areas. And this is a Köppen climate type of world, and this is a dense forest. And based on the climatic condition, we have different type of regions. Like desert we have, where the temperature is higher and it receive only less or little rainfall or sometimes no rainfall. And these deserts are hot and dry. And whereas polar regions are which are at high latitude, and so they do not receive adequate sunshine. And this is, and due to this, what happens, the temperature is very low in polar regions, and the polar regions is covered with snow and having a very low temperature. And this is the desert area, and plants and the living habitat or the other living adaptation, they will adapt themselves to live in a particular region. And this is a polar region fully covered with the snow. Now let's see how we can measure the rainfall. What instruments are used? So we have seen the rain gauge is used for measuring a rainfall, and it is measured in mm and centimeters. And this is a anemometer and a cup anemometer, by which we can measure the wind speed. Weather that affects our life. The factors hot, cold, winds, rain, etc. are described as what are the weathers of a place. These are the factors and which affects our life. We can measure temperature of a place with maximum and minimum thermometer. And the quantity of water vapor or the moisture. Water vapor is also or the moisture of a particular place is called as humidity, and it is measured by an instrument called as hydrometer. And rainfall is of a particular place is measured in we have seen mm or cm, and it is measured with an instrument called rain gauge. And anemometer is used for wind speed. And climate of a place can be defined after 25 years of weather observations, and we adjust to the climate to live comfortably. Thank you.